What is up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be hopping into a budget Boros deck that actually smacks. So far for me, it's had an 80% win rate, and not going to lie, the one game that I lost, I just backed out of immediately because it was a bouncing shore shark, so that's neither here nor there. Budget Boros, it's so beautiful, and it only has 2 mythics, and the reason we're splitting down these 2 mythics is, 1, versatility is really nice in your deck, 2, if you have Winota works beautifully in this deck. Honestly, I think Winota works better than Embercleave, but if you don't have Winota and you don't have the mythics to offer up, go for the Embercleave. So if you have them, go for 2 Winotas, right? Go for 3, go for 4 Winotas if you have it. But since it's a budget deck, I wanted to keep it low, so these are the only 2 mythics, the only 2 things above uncommon in the deck. The rest of it is all uncommons or commons, no rares, none of that shenanigans. So diving right into it, we have 3 copies of Selfless Savior, 1/1, sacrifice, another target creature gains indestructible. Obviously beautiful for protecting your key pieces like the Warleader or Anax or Winota herself. Fireblade Charger is a beautiful warrior. It's a 1/1. However, whenever it dies, it's also going to deal damage equal to its power to any target. Now, obviously, with things like Kargan Warleader coming down that give your warriors +1/+1, or if you manage to throw an Embercleave onto your Fireblade Charger, then it can deal, more than just that 1 point damage. Spikefield Hazard is a great source of removal while also being a land. This really helps you to deal with those Cobras, to deal with the Scoot Swarms, deal with those annoying cards that when they first come down, they're not that bad, but after 2 or 3 turns, you're like, dear God, I wish I had taken that shit out, right? So Spikefield helps with that. Of course, we have 3 copies of Alpine Watchdog and 3 copies of Igneous Cur because we're playing 4 copies of Alpine Houndmaster. And whenever this card enters battlefield, we're going to be able to reveal and draw out our Igneous Cur and Alpine Watchdog. Sorry, a whole lot of names here. Furthermore, whenever Alpine Houndmaster attacks, it gets +X+0, where X is the number of other attacking creatures. So obviously that can get very high, and it's a warrior, which means it procs the Warleader, and it's a human, which means we can draw it out with Winota. So very strong card, very strong card. Kabira Takedown, I'm actually really growing fond of this card in this budget deck because it's not bad removal. You end up getting so many creatures down that you can remove, a questing beast or a 3 health creature, which there's a ton of in Magic, pretty easily. And at an uncommon that's also a land, I feel like it fills in the slot of this deck that the deck wants, that interaction with the other decks while not slowing it down too much. Because remember, whenever you're playing an aggro deck, you don't want to have a ton of tapped lands, otherwise you're not going to be aggro. You're going to be playing too slow because your lands are coming in too slow. So, Seasoned Hallowblade, human warrior, so it procs, or it can be it can be pulled out with Winota, and it gets buffs from Warleader, and if you discard a card and tap it, it gains indestructible. So those board wipes, and granted, we have a lot of exile board wipes nowadays, which I gotta say I'm not a fan of because there's no way around that shit, right? You can't, the protection doesn't work, indestructible doesn't work. The best thing you can do is bounce your own creatures, but nonetheless, if they're going for a destroy effect, Seasoned Hallowblade, great at staying alive. Igneous Cur we talked about. Rimrock Knight is just a solid body that also allows you to deal extra damage, right? So it's a 3/1 for 2 mana, great, and for 1 mana you can +2/+0 a creature, and it procs Winota because it's not a human, so it's just really strong. 3 copies of Bolt Hound, because you're swinging in with so many creatures, you're going to have so many on the field. This card is fantastic. 3 mana for this haste, 2/2. Whenever it attacks other creatures you control, get +1/+0. And it's not a legendary, which means you can stack these up, so you can have 2 Bolt Hounds and all your creatures get +2/+0. And then you got a Houndmaster getting +X, where X is the number of creatures. So your damage just sort of ramps increasingly fast, right? Anax is a super strong card, and again, having that devotion, throwing down Embercleave means that Anax just with Embercleave is already at a 5 power, 4 health, double striking, trampling card, right? Let alone you add in some actual devotion to it. Kargan Warleader, super happy to see this, a tribal lord banner. I'm missing the word here, but a tribal lord with 3 mana, 3/3. Right, so solid stat lines. It kind of reminds me of Banalish Marshal, except not so harsh in the costing. And it's an uncommon. It's an uncommon. This is the same effect as Banalish Marshal, same stat line, easier to cast, and it's an uncommon. Absolutely beautiful. I love this. I love this. Winota, of course, we talked about, you know, if you swing in with a non-human creature, you get to look at the top 6 cards. You can put a human card from among them onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking, and it gains indestructible. What? So, every time you swing in with an Alpine, every time you swing in with an Igneous, a Rimrock, Fireblade, Selfless, Anax, right? Anytime you swing in with any of these cards, you're going to be diving into your deck looking for a Warleader, looking for a Houndmaster, looking for a Hallowblade, right? Looking for another Winota, which you can pull out, and then you just sacrifice the Winota that's not attacking for the Winota that has indestructible and is attacking, right? Anyways, all in all, the deck works beautifully, and the other really nice thing is, since you have such a nice split of lands and such a nice split of cards, you can actually get away with not having to sink, you know, wild cards into the additional lands. Now, of course, if you have the pathways, I do encourage you to use it, but this deck doesn't actually require them. So 8 copies of Plains, 8 copies of Mountains, 4 copies of Windscarred Crag, and then of course we have our flippy floppy lands over here, 2 of the takedowns and 2 of the spike-filled hazards, which gives us 24 total while having 4 utility, right? And that's not too many tap. That's 4 here and 4 here total, so 8 tap lands. I don't think that'll upset your balance of aggro and getting to play stuff, right? Anyways, this was a super fun deck, and like I said, we went 4-1 with it, so 80% win rate, which is that's bonkers good, right? That's bonkers good for a budget deck. So get out there, go play the deck, and most importantly, have fun. If you're enjoying the content, by the way, be sure you're leaving a like, leaving a comment, and subscribing here to the channel and hitting that bell icon so you can get the most out of your content and you know whenever I post more awesome spicy budget decks like this, right? So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right to our match. Call me the doctor. What the hell? You can't come up on my show and steal my shit like that, bro. Or brah. This is a lot of land. We'll see how it goes. Call me the doctor. I can't believe them. Cannot believe them. Golgari, just straight up Golgari? Ooh, no, it's got to be Abzan. It's got to be an Abzan counter. Abzan counter list. Stone Cool is a little annoying. We're gonna try and take down that Stone Cool here. I think that's our best course of action. Ooh. We gotta hit a land here or I think we're toast. Okay, or a 2-mana creature, that works too. Alright. We're in a good position. We're in a good position. Sorta. Kinda, sorta. Why would you not put it on your Pride Malkin? Whatever. Alright, they have 1 mana. Sure. Take that damage real easy. Alright, so definitely go for the Anax here. We just gotta keep turning our shit sideways. Sure. Let more damage go through, sure. Scavenging Ooze. Scavenging Ooze is a little annoying because it does gain them life. Horn Beetle. Equally annoying. But if we can hit our Winota or our Embercleave on this next turn, that would be beautiful, right? We can pay to play either. Well, I didn't think we actually would. Not gonna lie. I did not think that we actually would. Let's do it though. Let's grab Alpine. Take action. That refills our hand as well, so that's good. Seasoned, that's good. Another Alpine or a Kargan? Let's go for a Kargan, huh? Boost up everything. Nothing there, nothing there. Alright, next to blockers. Let's see what do you do about this? Because they gotta block the Anax. I think we got lethal here. Needless to say. Needless to say. Seven, yeah. GG. Alright, budget Boros. Yeah, I don't even know what your fucking name is. We're just gonna call you SB. How about that? This is interesting. We got a little bit of a dog theme going on here. We don't have Pack Leader, but of course, if you're not playing the budget version of this deck, if you have Pack Leader, put Pack Leader in the deck. I have Pack Leader. I'm trying to show a budget version. You get what I'm saying, though. Pack Leader is a great card. We will keep this. It's not over the top strong, but it has plays, you know. You know, I don't want to draw out all of my Igneous Curs and my Alpine Watchdogs. That makes my Alpine Houndmaster a little worse for wear, if I'm being honest. What do y'all think? Is this the kind of player that plays 5 copies of removal? I mean, they're rocking a Teferi avatar. They just cycled to neutralize. I'm gonna have to say yes. I'm gonna have to say yes. This is the 5 removal Andy. The no fun for you. I was gonna say candy, but candy is like delicious. It's hard to make candy not fun for you, am I right? Anyways, we'll swing all in. We'll see what they got. If nothing else, we're taking them down. Taking them down 5. That's a 1/4 of their health. I will take it. Cycling another neutralize. Well, boy howdy. Boy howdy. So, what's our biggest downfall here? Extinction event, right? That's pretty bad for us because we have a lot of 2-drops, and so, you know, one extinction event is like bye-bye. Seriously, all 3 Igneous Curs in a fucking row. I haven't even moved them. They just lining up there. Boy, that's fun. That's some good Magic the Gathering right there. That's okay. Now we have cards we can discard for our Seasoned Hallowblade, so it's all fine. I shouldn't have played Seasoned Hallowblade yet. Yes, I know. I should have went straight into the attack phase. Blah blah blah. It's fine. It's fine. At the end of the day, they either have the removal or they don't, and that's basically all it comes down to. Is do they have it or not? I'm gonna say yes. And they're just waiting for me to get to this little phase right here. But in all reality, they should have... Wow. Cycle, cycle, cycle. Alright, well, I guess they don't have any removal, and we're taking them down to 8. We have 3 Igneous Curs in hand. I'm not happy. So they're choosing even for sure. So you're choosing even for sure. Okay. Nice. Nice. Still gonna get in for the 2. For the 2 ski. We do still have lethal come next turn if they'll just leave me alone. We have lethal even if Rimrock Knight alone survives, right? Rimrock and Bolt Hound. That's right, Punk. You feeling lucky? But are you feeling lucky? Now, if they're going to remove one of our creatures, we definitely protect the Rimrock Knight, because if we draw into a Bolt Hound, that's lethal. If we lose our Rimrock and like keep the Bolt Hound and draw into another Bolt Hound, I don't know that that would be lethal necessarily. Or would it be the same damage? Because the Bolt Hounds would plus each other up, so that would be 6, and Rimrock doesn't plus up the other one, so it would be 6 in the end as well. Oh boy. We drew another Bolt Hound. That's luck you can't buy, folks. That's luck you can't buy. But I will say this. It looks like this Boros deck has a lot better time, although they did cycle a crap ton in the beginning. Placebo. The placebo effect. Bum, bum, bum. I really love this, except for the fact where I want more land and I want more or less of the Igneous Curs and Alpine Watchdogs. But other than that, I really do enjoy this hand here. We're going to keep it. We're going to go out on a limb. We're going to keep it. And I think I'm actually going for the Fireblade Charger off the bat. And praying, I tell you, for more land. Nah, no. We got to play the takedown, and then we'll play 2 mana. I don't love it, but it's what we need to do. I think it is the most efficient. We've got a full hand of hounds. Goodness. And I know they're dogs now. I know some people are gonna be like, Chance, actually, we're up against another fucking Lucky Clover fucking deck. Jeez. Jeez Louise, people. Can't you people play anything except for Lucky Clovers and Brazen Borrowers and removal and bounces and, you know, the top tier stuff in ranked? Can't you play his shittier deck? Ooh, you're about to bounce the fuck out of me. It's about to get bouncy as hell up in here. Bouncy as hell up in here. You know, decent argument actually could have been made to not play the Seasoned Hallowblade there, because if on the off chance, on the very slight off chance, that we get Winota down and we still have a board state here, we would have wanted a non-human, right? I guess we'll see. They are down to 10 life, so they got it. They have to have the answer. Don't have a brazen, don't have a brazen, don't have a brazen. That's a brazen. It's either a brazen or the beanstalk giant, but I'm pretty sure it's a brazen. Edge wall. Yeah. They're going to brazen the crap out of us. So if we get to a Winota, they're going to bounce They get to bounce 3 of our fucking cards. Faye! Oh no, you silly, silly goose. I hope we hit a land. I hope we hit a land. Come on, baby, give me a land. Oh, beautiful. When does that ever happen for us? So I definitely should have played something besides the Seasoned Hallowblade, that I know, but that's okay. We'll still proc Winota twice. Kargan, that's great, that's great. Seasoned Hallowblade, beautiful, beautiful. So they have to block the 8, and they have to block a 4, which means we're still getting through with 4, 6. Yep, that's lethal. GG. GG. Ugh. Clicks. Sure, we'll keep it. I think we're going to lead with the Alpine Houndmaster and then draw out some of our cards that way. Take action. One of these, one of these. There we go. Lotus Cobra. Alright. We're starting off good. We can play Embercleave down on this very next turn, which is, and this gets plus X, where X is the number of other, so it'd go up to 4, and then Embercleave 5. Oh man. It's a lot of damage, but of course, everything has to live through the turn. They're playing Gruul, which means they do have access to some removal. I mean, hell, in this day and age, everything has like solid removal, right? Mono green has ram through, Gruul has a number of things. It's a mutate deck. It's a Gruul mutate deck. So they gotta have like, no, just Gruul, huh? I was gonna say they had to have like Teamer or something in there. All right, what else are you playing here for 2 mana? I mean, again, it could be something like a ram through, right? Nope. Cool freaking beans. Do we go for the early Embercleave? I think so. I think so. Oh, what's the matter?